Perfectionism is a personality trait characterized by setting excessively high standards for oneself and striving for flawlessness in various areas of life. Perfectionists often have an intense desire to meet or exceed these standards, accompanied by a fear of making mistakes or falling short of expectations. Here are some key features and characteristics of perfectionism. 1. Setting high standards. Perfectionists set extremely high and often unrealistic standards for themselves. They believe that anything short of perfection is unacceptable. 2. Fear of failure. Perfectionists have an intense fear of making mistakes or failing to meet their own or others' expectations. They may perceive mistakes as personal failures and experience significant distress as a result. 3. All or nothing mindset. Perfectionists tend to think in extremes, viewing outcomes as either perfect or complete failures. They struggle with finding a middle ground or acknowledging progress and incremental successes. 4. Excessive self-criticism. Perfectionists are highly self-critical and often engage in negative self-talk. They are quick to identify their flaws and shortcomings, focusing on perceived imperfections rather than their achievements. 5. Need for control. Perfectionists have a strong need for control over their environment and outcomes. They may struggle with delegating tasks or accepting help from others, as they fear that things won't be done up to their standards. 6. Procrastination. Paradoxically, perfectionists may procrastinate or avoid tasks because they fear not being able to complete them perfectly. The fear of failure can be paralyzing and lead to delays in starting or finishing projects. 7. Impaired self-esteem. Perfectionism can negatively impact self-esteem. Perfectionists often tie their self-worth to their achievements and constantly seek external validation to feel worthy and accepted. 8. Mental and emotional distress. Perfectionism is associated with increased levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. The constant pressure to be perfect can be emotionally draining and lead to feelings of frustration, disappointment, and dissatisfaction. It's important to note that perfectionism exists on a continuum, and not all aspects of perfectionism are necessarily negative. Some individuals may exhibit adaptive perfectionistic tendencies that drive them to achieve excellence without excessive distress. However, when perfectionistic tendencies become rigid, impair functioning, and cause significant distress, it can be helpful to seek support from a mental health professional to develop healthier ways of thinking and coping with perfectionism.